Okay guys, this is your Core Bites number 18, so just make sure you go through, make your corrections, and make your changes on your paper. So the first one says, Mrs. Crocker's class purchased 100 dozen donuts to sell as a fundraiser. Each of the 24 students sold 4 dozen donuts. How many dozens of donuts were not sold? So there's 24 students, each of them sold 4 dozen. So we need to find out how many total dozens that was. So 4 times 4 is 16. Regroup your 1. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So that gives you 96 dozen. But we know there were a total of 100 dozen. So what you need to do is you need to subtract 100 from 96. But you have to regroup because you can't take something from 0. Okay? So if you regroup all the way over, that becomes a 0. The 0 here becomes a 10. You need to make it a 9, so you can bring that 10 over here, make that a 10. So 10 minus 6 gives you 4. 9 minus 9 is 0, and then 0 minus 0 is 0. So your answer here would be 4 dozen. For the next one, you're going to complete the chart. So you've got all these different numbers. You've got 81, 64, 56. The number of equal groups here is 9, 8, and 7. And then you have the amount in each group. Okay? So what you've got to do is you've got to divide the total by the number of groups to give you your missing number. So 81 divided by 9 would give you 9. And you know that's correct because 9 times 9 is 81. 64 divided by 8 would give you 8 because 8 times 8 is 64. And then 56 divided by 7 would give you 8 because 8 times 7 gives you 56. For number 3, it says the puppies at the pet store were fed 2/3 of a cup of food each day, and the dogs were fed 3 times as much as the puppies. How much are the dogs fed each day? Okay, so you've got 2/3 for each puppy. Then you've got 3 times that for the dogs, okay? So what you do is you take 2/3 of the cup times 3. You've got to put a 1 because it's a whole number, and then that's going to give you your answer. So we're going to multiply each number across. So 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. You've got to make it an actual number. So if you divide 6 by 3, that would give you 2. So your answer would be 2 cups of food for the big dogs. For number 4, it says list the numbers represented by the line plot. So if you're listing your numbers, you would just see how many of them have more than one X above them. So if you're listing them, you would have 1/8, 1/4 twice. Then you would have 3/8. There is nothing for 1/2, so you can leave that one blank. Then you would have 2 5/8. And then you would have 3/4. And all you do is go back and see how many X's you have. So that would be your answer for that one. And then for your last question, it asks if you actually do have a line of symmetry if you fold this crescent moon. So if you fold it right here, you would have the same thing on both sides. It would be equal. So the answer for that would be yes. So just make sure you make your corrections. And we are going to have another Core Bites quiz coming up soon. I'll let you know when that is.